I'm not. No, they push you. Relax.
All right. Joined by Coach Mick Schaefer, Victoria Vivians, Roshunda Johnson, and Tierra McCallum. Coach, we'll start with an opening comment, and then we'll take questions.
Well, that was a heck of a basketball game between two really good teams. Today was, for us, it was about toughness and competitive spirit. You're going to come into Thompson Bowling, play this team, this program on a special, special day. For me, to honor Pat, it was about toughness, about competing, it's about rebounding today. For my team, for this team, to go out there and win the rebounding battle, it really says a lot about my kids, and I'm really proud of them. That is a heck of a basketball team we just beat, and Holly's got her a heck of a team, well coached. Those kids play so hard. It's the hardest playing Tennessee team I've seen in a while, and Holly's just got them playing at such a high level. But man, I just love my kids today, competing, competitive. Tough plays, loose balls, all the hustle plays. I really felt like we set the tone early with about 2 or 3 or 4 offensive rebounds on one possession. Now look, everybody in this room has seen that happen for the team wearing orange for many, 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 many years. And for us to come in and kind of establish that early, I was just really, really proud of our kids. You could easily, we can talk about offense and who made big shots, but Rowe and Blair probably made as big a shots for our team in the fourth quarter as any shots we made during the ball game. Tori had kind of carried us. Tierra's just down there competing against an All-American. First round draft pick the whole night, just competing her tail off, gets 18 and 12, 10 offensive. Allows us to shoot 67 to their 53, so we got 14 more shots than they did. And that's because of our competing and competitiveness on the offensive boards, and mainly it's T. We had 17, 3 of them were loose ball, so she got 10 of our 14 live ball rebounds. So just, our kids just play so hard. My team is just made up of tough kids, and they just, today was, we talked about it. You're going to go out there and getting a basketball game in front of 18,000 people that are going to be screaming against you. You better be ready to punch first, and you better be able to punch again. That team that we played has been notorious. Their first quarters are like 400 and something to 200 and something in points scored. So for us, it was about being ready to play, and I thought we were.
Vic, you guys came in here and won last year too. Other than personnel changes, what's the biggest difference do you think in this team and your team last year?
I just think offensively we're different. You have 4 senior guards. In our conference, in this conference, guard play, you're going to win and lose with guard play. I don't care what your size is. If you don't have good guard play, you've got no chance in the Southeastern Conference. And I've got 4 senior guards, and it starts there, I believe, with their decision-making, with their skill set. And today, look, they'll tell you, I have been on them about defense. That's the difference between this year's team and last year's team. We're not very good defensively. And today, we managed to find a way to really play well defensively. And 8 points in the fourth quarter, pretty good job. So I'm proud of our defensive effort today. 52 points. That team's averaging, 84, 5, 6, something like that. Tremendous effort and toughness by our kids today.
Victoria, there was a rebound in the second quarter where both you and Tier kind of went after the loose ball with that relentlessness that coach talked about. Can you just maybe talk a little bit about, and maybe T2, that relentless effort, especially attacking the boards that you guys had as a team today?
Yeah, coach been talking all week about being aggressive and going to rebound. And I feel like if you don't get the first one, go try to get the second, the third one, or the fourth one. I feel like we dropped the ball, I attacked the basket and missed it. Tierra was there to clean it up, but she missed too. So I had to hear me off the ground and get back in the play. No plays out because I had took one play off and she had got a rebound over my back. So I was just trying to do what Coach said, and no plays off and be relentless on the board.
It was just an energy play, and Coach had been talking about those all week. I just like to go.
Okay.
And so just knowing that, if there's loose ball around, he said that we win it and they can't get it. So just getting the ball and going.
Rashonda, when early on, when you guys maybe didn't get the ball to Tiara, that is too easily, it didn't seem to phase you guys in terms of running your offense. Could you talk a little bit about the balance you guys have on offense, because it was very apparent today?
I mean, it's just chemistry. Our team has good chemistry on offense, and just knowing that we had to attack pressure with pressure, and I think that's what we went out there and did.
Hey, Vic. You guys have played a lot better defensively as of late, I think. How far are you guys away from playing at that level that you guys played last year in comparison to this year? Like, how far away are you guys from doing that?
Well, one game doesn't make it, but I mean, again, we had a good quarter against Alabama. I thought today we really played pretty well. Third quarter wasn't very good, but boy, the fourth quarter we answered. And again, we take a lot of pride in just thinking that we're tougher than a lot of people. We practice. You guys have no idea how hard these kids practice every day. They're the investment that they have, and of course, defensively, anybody that follows us know we don't stand around 2-3 zone. We're out guarding and really, trying to impose our will. And I was so proud of our ability to be in help tonight. I thought we took some really good charges, missed on a couple others, but I just, tonight's a step. You know what? I hope like heck we're really making progress, and we're going to carry this now on to these last 10 because we got some monsters in front of us. But boy, today was really special defensively.
Sure.
Victoria, can you just talk about the way, I mean, obviously you're a scorer, but I mean, you seem like you just put your head down a lot of times and just went to the basket today against a team that's trying to keep you from doing that. Can you just talk about the mentality of just attacking the basket?
Yeah, coach was talking in practice, like, they're not going to foul you, so just go finish at the basket. And I feel like I attacked the basket, and I just put my head down and drove, like you said, and tried to go up strong and finish some baskets. And so my teammates did the same thing.
For Victoria or Tiara, y'all scored well below your season average, shot a little over 40%, you still win by 19. Just how critical was y'all's defensive intensity today, just to be able to win as handily as you did tonight when y'all weren't scoring a whole lot?
Well, I focused on letting my teammates play through me, and when I couldn't score or when they were doubling wherever it came from, I tried to find an open person. And we've been working on all week playing through me, so it wasn't much of a change. I mean, I got, 18 rebounds, so I did something.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't mean that like that.
Here's the thing. I think this team, this threesome, Blair, Jazz, Mo, we've won the 70 to 50 games. This year we won more 80 to 70 games than maybe in my career. It's the best offensive team I've ever been affiliated with in 33 years of coaching. So I think this team is built for a game like today, or it could be built for a game where it may be in the high 80s. And so we've won some unbelievable games in Oregon, 91-79. I mean, a high-scoring game. Look, I come out of a game like that, it's just miserable. We win, but I'm miserable defensively because anybody that knows me knows I really want to be a great defensive. Because I think at the end of the day, y'all, look, if you're going to win a Southeastern Conference championship, if you're going to have any success in postseason, there's going to be a night when maybe your offense didn't travel and your defense travels. And that's what I've been trying to convey to these kids is defense travels, There's gonna be a night maybe when we don't score it as well, so we gotta guard. And, so I think this team's built for both.
Vic, do you think last year in your Final Four run, you've always been known as a defensive-minded coach? As important as defense is, that maybe you learned you got to be able to make some shots so in those kind of games too.
Well, you're dead right. I stayed up going into the DePaul game, and finally on Saturday night, I just said, to heck with it, we can't guard them. So I'm gonna start watching and figuring out how we can score some points. And, you know, we went out and scored, I think, 92 or 3, and we were really good offensively. We also got good offensively in postseason last year because we made some changes personnel-wise that allowed us to do some things, and Rowe and Blair kind of were part of that. And then, so I think our kids, you know, benefited a little bit from change, but this year, this team, I have paid attention to offense. We had a whole new sheet going into this game of offenses that we felt like we needed to run against them. And boy, that's the beauty of having 4 seniors. You got T as a junior, Jazz as a junior. You can give them something in 2 days, and they can take it and run with it. So really got to take your hats off to them because they're smart enough to do it and execute it.
Right back here.
Vicki, can you just elaborate? You had said it's the best offense you've had. What makes it, what's for you the key that makes it so dynamic? What is the difference?
You just can't, you can't, you know, you can't help off anybody. I mean, Rowe and Blair are knocking down threes. Victoria, you got to guard her out there. You got to guard her off the bounce. Tierra inside. I mean, if you leave her one-on-one, she's pretty good. If you double her, she's really good about finding where the double comes from. And so I just think that it's hard to pick your poison. Arkansas didn't guard Morgan. She went 8 for 11 in the first half. So I just think that for us, in this, you know, with our personnel, it's just really hard to come off of somebody. And our kids have put in the time to develop, and my staff has put in the time to help these kids develop. And so it's just a different team, you know. We've had some really good, tough kids, defensive-minded kids, but maybe weren't good offensively, but I had to play them because they brought that piece to the table that we needed. But then these kids, they kind of bring all of it. So, but you know what? When you got 4 seniors, 4 senior guards, you know, you'd hope they'd be like that.
Goes back. Coach, you said today was very special. What does it mean for you personally to start off WeBack Pat Week, you know, here of all places?
Well, you just got to know everything that she's meant to our profession, you know, to women's basketball. Anything that's positive that's happening for me as a head coach, I can attribute to her in the early '80s. You know, the fact that Tennessee made women's basketball important back in the '80s to where we are now, where women's basketball is important in a lot of places. More important at some than others. I'm just blessed to be in a place where it's really, really important. And it's not like that most places. It is here. It's at Mississippi State. And it's not like that everywhere. But, you know, going back to Pat and everything she did for our great game, I mean, you just have to understand and have a respect for her paving the way for so many of us. And again, Tennessee paving the way for us, realizing that if you invest in women's basketball, if there's people that care about it and they'll come watch, and it's important to them. And you look what we've done at Mississippi State. People will come watch. It's important to them. We had 9,000 the other night. We don't have any free tickets in the house. Everybody's paying, and that's what I try to keep telling these kids. People are coming to see a product. I want them to see. I want to be proud of our product. I want us to own it. And so, just again, the whole day of playing on that day, playing the way we played, toughness. She would be so proud of how. She wouldn't be proud that we won, but she would be so proud of how we won with our toughness and our rebounding, our relentless effort, every possession. I mean, that's the way she wanted the game to be played. You know what? That's the way Vic Schaefer wants it to be played.
Go Michelle on that.
Victoria, you guys seem to have, you really embrace being, you know, the team with the target on their back. That isn't bothering you guys. I mean, here you are undefeated this late into the season, only one of 3 teams. Do you think that's also sort of the senior, junior influence of this team that you guys, you know, you're not feeling pressure, you're responding well to the expectations.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the senior junior team because we experienced and we've been to the battles before and we know what we gotta come out and do every single night. Like, we know every night, every game is a game that we have to win and we're not worried about what's going on or who we got, what we don't have, or what, you know, what media people are saying. So I feel like that we are in control of what we have to do.
Roe, you've been in attack mode earlier in the season, but it seemed like today you were in especially good attack mode, taking the ball to the basket regardless of who was on you. What mindset did you have to try to attack the basket repeatedly?
Just like any other day, I mean, I know that if I'm not shooting a three or I have to attack the basket because they might be playing me for the three and knowing that if I drive it, it gives another opportunity. If somebody cuts off, then I can easily give it to somebody else. And just being in attack mode the whole game because that's what we worked on the whole week and every day, really.
Just for Victoria, to get 2 straight wins in Knoxville over Tennessee, what that Tennessee's program's meant, just what does it mean to you to kind of come to this floor and win 2nd straight year now?
It's amazing, but we know it's a game, but we take it one game at a time. I don't care if it was somewhere else. If a win is a win, we take it how we get it. And I feel like our team, we prepared for it, and I'm grateful we got the win here.
All we gotta do is think back to the last game last year, and we can get real humble in a hurry. So we know it's hard to come here and win. Great atmosphere, tremendous support, great team, great coach. It's a great win for us on the road. You're gonna win in this league and win on the road, boy, it takes a special effort, and these young ladies gave it today.
All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Praise the Lord and go Dogs.